What's going on, my beautiful people? So this is going to be a little bit more of a niche video, whatever you want to call it. Anybody can get value from this. But this video is really going to be for people that are wanting to communicate. Maybe you want to make YouTube videos and you're wondering how to stay a little bit more engaging. Now this is something that I'm still learning myself, let me say that. But this can also work in conversations too. But this is just something that I'm learning and I want to be able to share with us so that we can remember it. And that, it's all great stuff. This is something I learned from the student, Julian, and he's a public speaker. And he's very good at what he does. He's very engaging. He's very good. He's very confident when he goes up there. And one of the ways that he says that is super important to remember to maintain engagement is threading. And what he means by that is you could be talking about one specific thing, like one topic, but then you can talk about it from this angle and then this angle and then this angle. Let me give you an example. So he was talking about it, and while he was talking about it, he was like, he would be talking about something and he would say a story, and then all of a sudden he would just cut off the story and he would go to something else. He didn't have to go on a full, long, drawn-out story and how that's the main thing he's talking about for the whole time. He would kind of be talking about a little story here about something that he had going on that makes, a point, that helps the point, but then he would go on to being have any of you guys seen The Egg that kind of got millions or billions of likes on Instagram? And he would be talking about that, and then he would use that to kind of illustrate a point too, or make a better help us understand that point that he's trying to make with that. And he would be able to do that so damn well. Now, I'm still learning how to do this, but this is something that I've learned also works very well in conversations. Something that I've learned is that switching up topics in a conversation is very good because it maintains people's engagement. If we are just dragging out one long conversation, it's just forever, this topic we're just dragging on, we both know it's kind of boring. But if we're able to just switch it up confidently and just go from here to there and boom, boom, bam, it makes it a lot more interesting and makes it a lot more engaging. So if we can do this on video, it is going to be a lot better. If you can do this in communication, if you're public speaking, whatever you want to be doing, man, if we can do that, it's going to be a lot more engaging. Now, this is not easy. Let me just say, because it's where is that going to come from? That's what I'm really trying to learn and dive into, because how are we going to pull it out of our mind? How are we going to pull it out of our butt for these little things that are we're trying to connect here and there? But one of the things that's really helped me is just taking in different stuff. I've been reading a lot of books. I've been listening to a lot of speakers. I've been, watching even movies and TV shows. And all of a sudden, okay, here we go. And my mind is doing it right now. Because yesterday I was reading a book called Idea Flow. And in that book, he talked about having different perspectives for coming up with better ideas. If you can take in a lot of different perspectives from people that don't even here's the example that he gave. Boom, my mind's doing it right now. So he said that, a hockey team. Hockey team is very linear. They got to do certain things, and they wouldn't really benefit from having LeBron James get onto that hockey team, but they would benefit from having LeBron James come and talk to their hockey team and to gain the perspective that he has on, competition, on sports, on being one of the best of the best, all that stuff. You would gain a lot of great insights from him. So he said, a lot of times you don't want to dive into perspectives that are outside of what you're actually doing. So let's say we're doing communication here. We don't always have to listen to public speakers. One of the things I like to do is listen to improv people talk about that, because that helps me with being able to be oh, that's how they see this. That's how they see flowing. That's how they see the goal of what we're trying to do here, having fun. Happening. Perfect, man. And I start to learn from that. And it's so damn amazing, because then you start to be able to use it. And before, I used to feel am I actually going to get value from that? Is it actually going to help me with what I'm doing if this is something completely different? Or do I have to read specific books on communication, specific videos on communication, whatever that might be? But you can always be able to pull stuff into it, man. That's the great part. So diving into different perspectives. If you're watching movies, just pay attention to it, because all of a sudden you start to make analogies. You start to have ways of understanding the world that you can use to help somebody else understand it. And your mind just starts pulling it if you also allow your mind to flow. On these videos, that's what I'm trying to get better at. Being able to come up here, flow, allow my mind to see where it goes. One of my videos, I made the comparison of when you're getting closer to Jesus, it feels like the Spider-Man movie at the end when he pulls out the suit again, his original suit, and the song's playing, all that great stuff. That happened because I just am allowing my mind to kind of open up, and I'm threading in all these different things. So if you want to keep that engagement, make sure you try to get better at that threading. And it's something that, like I said, I'm still getting better at. We can get better at it. We can do better. And it's going to be a lot more fun because I can feel my mind just allowing myself to pull from what I'm learning right now and pull from all the things that I think are interesting. And you can do the same. I love you guys. Hope y'all having an amazing one today. Peace.
Yeah.